Paramount Sonic franchise, it's become tradition for upcoming characters to debut in mid-credit scenes. Sonic 3 is no exception to this rule, as Sonic finds himself alone in the woods after overshooting the finish line in a race with his friends. Alone in the dark, he becomes the perfect target for the franchise's newest antagonist, Metal Sonic. Sonic may have stood a chance against one robot, but he's surrounded by an army, cutting off any means of escape. Fortunately, he's rescued by a new ally in a streak of pink light. His rescuer takes down multiple robots before lifting her hood, revealing herself to be Amy Rose. Amy is another hedgehog from the Sonic franchise and a long-standing ally of Team Sonic. It makes sense that she would debut in the credits, as the film's writers have wanted to introduce her character for some time. Now that we know Amy will play a significant role in Sonic 4, I want to use today's video to discuss her potential.
Sonic, when you say things like that, I feel like throwing up in my mouth.
Number 1. Sonic's love interest. This likely goes without saying, but Amy will become Sonic's love interest in the next film or beyond. I doubt the writers will make her fall into the love-struck puppy archetype as some games and animated series have in the past, but there's no denying that a primary part of Amy's character revolves around her relationship with Sonic. Across numerous forms of Sonic media, Amy has expressed her desire to win Sonic's heart, making her seem obsessive on occasion. I can't help feeling like this is a poor stereotype to feed into, and while I'll support Amy developing feelings for Sonic or vice versa, I hope that her character will have more to offer during Sonic 4. Assuming the next film will feature a romantic subplot between the new allies, I think the story would benefit from their interests in one another developing throughout the events of the film. For example, if Amy fell head over heels in love with Sonic the moment after meeting him, I would have a hard time enjoying their dynamic later on. The best relationships in media are often built from pre-established friendships, and seeing as Amy saved Sonic's life during their first meeting, I'd say they're off to a great start. I'll assume the pair will have developed a mutual respect for one another by the start of Sonic 4, and seeing as Amy saved him, it's entirely possible that Sonic will be the first to fall in love. I look forward to seeing the pair become friends, learn one another's strengths and weaknesses, and become a fantastic team. Considering how well Amy handled herself in combat, she'll make an excellent addition to Sonic's allies. It's possible that Tails or Knuckles will push for their relationship, provided the potential for romance doesn't distract either of them from their mission or jeopardize the world.
It's been an honor to know ye, friend. The honor has been all mine.
Number 2. The leader of Team Rose. Team Sonic is mentioned frequently throughout the third film. It's a reference to the game franchise where Sonic often teams up with Tails and Knuckles when the world needs saving. The trio form Team Sonic, so named because the hedgehog acts as the group's leader. The film does a fantastic job exploring their dynamic, especially when showing what each of them brings to the table and why they benefit from working together. While Team Sonic has many allies, they aren't the only trio to come out of the former games. Amy has her own team with her close friends, where she takes on the role of leader. Team Rose, named after Amy, includes the hedgehog herself, Big the cat, and Cream the rabbit. Coincidentally, Team Rose first banded together during an incident involving Metal Sonic. They inevitably helped Team Sonic defeat the robot, but their overall goal throughout the story was to locate their missing friends. These friends were different for each member of Team Rose, but one of them included a Chow named Chicola. The Chow were introduced in Sonic 3 when Tails took his friends to a Chow-themed cafe. The popular establishment implies that living Chows may have appeared on Earth and inspired locations like the Chow Garden. With the existence of Chows on Earth and the arrival of Metal Sonic, the groundwork for Team Rose is already in place. It's possible that Amy has traveled from her home alongside Big and Cream to locate their missing friends. During their search, she may have crossed paths with Sonic on accident, leading to her sudden rescue in the mid-credit scene. Now that the pair have met, they could choose to help one another, allowing their individual teams to become a fully fledged fighting force. A group of 6 would stand a better chance against an army of robots, and there's no reason that Sonic and Amy can't share the spotlight as co-leaders.
Thank you, Thorn. We owe you our lives. You would do the same for me.
Number 3. Earth's latest hero. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails have done their fair share of saving the world. They're generally respected by Gun, and after saving the world from the Eclipse cannon, they should be known across the globe at the start of Sonic 4. I suspect that the group will be regarded as heroes, garnering attention from media outlets while receiving a surge of fans. Yet considering their attempts at maintaining a quiet life with Tom and Maddie, including camping trips outside of Green Hills, being put in the limelight may prove challenging for them. In contrast, Amy could become Earth's latest starlet. She is known for being an outgoing, passionate, and kind-hearted individual who allows few things to stand in her way. I know she doesn't speak in the mid-credit scene, but her brief appearance gives the same impression. She jumps into action the moment Sonic is in trouble, defeats numerous enemies in seconds, and introduces herself with a confident smile. She's far from shy, and fame is unlikely to change that. If Sonic does become a household name, it would be easy for Amy to become famous by association. In real life, she's already marketable as the female counterpart to Sonic. In universe, it would make sense for another world-saving hedgehog to rise in popularity. Unlike Sonic, who had to make a name for himself after preventing 3 catastrophic events, Amy would gain the immediate trust and admiration of Earth's people. I feel like she'd be a natural at it too. She's proved herself capable of protecting those in need, but she's often portrayed as a loyal friend. I doubt she'll think twice about socializing wherever she goes, which should make her the most well-known and loved hero of them all.
The only thing I need is me!
Number 4. A connection to Mobius. Sonic comes from the planet Mobius, a place where animals evolved to have anthropomorphic traits and higher intelligence. Mobius is home to Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, so it's safe to assume that Amy also lived on the distant planet. While Sonic had no choice but to flee from his home, Tails and Knuckles left Mobius for their own reasons. Amy will likely have a similar story, including an origin that sends her racing to Earth. She may have personal motivations like Knuckles and the Master Emerald, or she may seek help from Sonic, like Tails before her. It would make the most sense for her to appear in search of something, be it a missing friend, a precious relic, or an ally capable of helping her protect her home. The film franchise has strayed little from Earth, so I would love it if Amy brought Sonic back to Mobius. If their home is in danger, then Amy could call on Team Sonic, who established her invaluable teamwork and individual skills throughout Sonic 3 to save their shared planet.
He's not gonna make it! I'm doing my best, but this of bolts is barely holding together!
Number 5. Metal Sonic's enemy. This final concept is an off-the-wall theory, but there's a chance that Amy is Metal Sonic's pre-established enemy. If we assume that Amy saving Sonic's life isn't a coincidence, then she would need to be familiar with Metal Sonic and have known about his ambush. If this is the case, it explains why Amy readily threw herself into danger and overpowered numerous robots, despite Metal Sonic being notoriously hard to defeat. As Robotnik died on screen before Metal Sonic's debut, it's possible he didn't create the robot, meaning there's potential for he and Amy to have intertwined backstories.
Nothing brings on sleep like a dulcet melody sung by a sweet songbird.
After 3 films, it's refreshing to see one of the primary female characters from the franchise make her debut. Amy Rose feels like the obvious choice for introducing new characters and expanding the universe of Sonic, as she likely comes from Mobius, where she'll have direct access to more of Sonic's allies and locations based on the prior games. I'm also thrilled that her introduction included her taking down numerous enemies, as it establishes her strength and resourcefulness early on. Whatever threat Metal Sonic will pose in the next film, it's already clear that Sonic won't be able to defeat him without Amy's help.
Can we stay?
Yeah, guy.
Fine, but only because I am extremely selfless.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
You got a few details wrong. I can't blame you though. It's hard to copy perfection.